You walk into a completely new environment, and for a split second, everything freezes. You are hit with an overwhelming, disorienting certainty that you have stood in this exact spot, in this exact moment before. This is déjà vu, French for already seen. It is an incredibly common experience, reported by up to 97% of the population, with its highest frequency occurring among teenagers and young adults. Researchers now identify this uncanny experience as a highly specific physical mechanism failing deep inside the human skull. This eerie sensation occurs when two separate systems in your brain violently disagree with one another in real time. That disagreement starts in the temporal lobe, the brain's archivist syncing sensory info with memories. Here, the rhinal cortex and parahippocampal gyrus generate the feeling of familiarity. A slight neural delay decouples these processes, firing the familiarity signal before the memory is retrieved. The result is a psychological mismatch. Your brain applies an intense feeling of familiarity to a moment that has no objective historical context. In this exact moment, your temporal lobe manufactures a compelling sense of history for a completely new event. But what exactly prompts the temporal lobe to make this sudden, bizarre mistake out in the real world? The trigger is often Gestalt familiarity, the brain's subconscious pattern recognition system, which constantly maps the spatial layout of objects in your environment. If this spatial map perfectly aligns with an unrecalled memory of a different location, the systems lock together. This geometric match bypasses your conscious recall, triggering a familiarity alarm without providing the actual memory to explain why the room feels so known. Your physical environment uses your own forgotten experiences to set the stage for the brain's grand illusion. To resolve this, the medial prefrontal cortex investigates the signal from the temporal lobe. It cross-references that intense feeling of familiarity against your memory storage, quickly detecting a conflict and identifying the signal as a false positive without backing evidence. That eerie, disorienting sensation is the conscious experience of the frontal lobe fighting and correcting the temporal lobe's error. Déjà vu represents the real-time conscious awareness of your brain successfully catching its own cognitive error. These misfires are significantly more likely to occur during periods of high stress or fatigue, when exhausted neuronal systems lack the time to properly regulate their timing. Researchers use electroencephalography, or EEG, to monitor these fluctuating electrical rhythms, allowing them to distinguish harmless déjà vu from pathological seizure activity. But there is also a disorienting, unsettling inverse to this common phenomenon. It's called Jamais vu, which literally translates to never seen. This is the failure to recognize a situation, word, or place that the frontal lobe logically knows should be completely familiar. Both illusions demonstrate that our moment-to-moment perception of reality is fragile, depending entirely on the perfect synchronization of our neural circuitry. Frequent déjà vu in young people points to a highly active medial prefrontal cortex. It's evidence of a healthy brain doing its job. The next time the present feels inexplicably like the past, remember that you are witnessing your brain's internal IT department rebooting a faulty perception. Consciousness is a delicate negotiation between what we feel and what is true. For more deep dives into the mind, hit subscribe.